So now we've got an outline, we can carve the flower, and really you can do anything you like in the way of relief carving here. In this case, because the board is flat, we're going to make this quite flat, quite a shallow relief. So I'm going to start by separating off my petals with a V-tool, bearing in mind how they run to the waist side of the petals that are uppermost. And then I'm also going to go round the outline here. And then I'm going to shape this bit first. So I'm going to keep this edge lower because it's further away. So drop down into the wood a little bit here. And just round over. So what's interesting here is that the paper will show you how much of the flat I'm leaving here. So I've rounded this over. Going deeper there, and then I'm going to set in this outline here. So making this a stronger, sharper outline. And then I can start bringing these petals down into the centre here. So I'm going to drop this bit. So most of the petals are going to be flat. So I'm going to drop this bit over here. So I'm using the tool upside down. I'm going to separate these petals from the ones above. So just giving them a little bit of shape. So this petal goes under that one, so we can make sure that goes down. This is going under that one. Then as we come into here, make sure that's tidy. We can set in, so I'm now getting an accurate edge to this petal here. Picking a flat gouge that matches it. So work all the way around and separate all the petals off like this. So once you've worked around the whole flower, you can give it a certain amount of definition, a little bit of accents by, for example, stabbing in here, like this, picking the tool, just the corner, and pushing it in. That gives you an extra bit of shadow. And if you want to increase that further, you can take a triangular punch like this, just open up a little hole in the corner there. You can also shape the flower a little bit by putting some flutes down it, like so, the petal. Try not to make them parallel, try and get them to sort of taper out to the petal. So you can do this sort of thing. And then when it comes to the centre of the flower, this boss part here, your various choices. You could use a punch like that, very simply, a punch that has a little concave end, and you can stipple the end like that. You could take a V-tool and put some hatching across, or use another tool, which is a number 11 2mm, and use that instead to create. You get a tighter little groove. So draw the lines in first, so where you want things to go, using perspective, and then you can just start running these lines across. And then it's a matter of clearing out the paper, cleaning up, checking it, seeing what it looks like. Now you can see you're carving properly. You can check all the outline carefully because the paper tends to obscure it. This design I'm going to do in exactly the same way. Strong outline, carving within, and essentially that's Carve Relievo. Here's the finished carving. You can see that I've done the bee in the same way with the strong outline, and then it's carved within that. The outline's really important. Here in the legs, a little bit tricky because they're all close together, and some stab cuts to make the antennae here, so you can use this background like that. And I put in a line really to anchor the flower, so that's fixed, the bee is flying. So that's my finished carving. So what I need to do now is start finishing it, and I'm going to just wipe on some vegetable oil. You'll see the difference in colour here between this wood and this wood here. That should settle down with this oil as it gets darker, but there will be a certain amount of difference that there's nothing much we can do about really. Okay. With that, the pizza paddle is finished. So, happy birthday, Dinah.